As I mentioned in my last video, Avengers Infinity War, Thor's New Hammer Explained, I'm doing a segment of videos about the Avengers before Infinity War comes out. I'll be doing recaps and talking about theories, both personal and ones I found online. In this video, I'll be talking about Captain America, where he currently is and what's the deal with his new shield that we see in the trailers that have been released. To recap real quick, let's talk about the last Captain America movie we got, Civil War. If you haven't seen this movie yet, here's your official spoiler alert. Also, if you haven't seen it, you have to go see it before you see Infinity War. Not only is it an awesome movie, but you'll need to be up to date with where the Avengers are currently, more than what I'll explain in this video. So the gist of Captain America Civil War is the Avengers, minus Thor and the Hulk, who are busy fighting Hela at the time, get divided and fight against each other. The division is between Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, Vision, War Machine, Spider-Man, Black Panther, and Black Widow on one side, and Captain America, Falcon, Scarlet Witch, Bucky or the Winter Soldier, Hawkeye, and Ant-Man on the other side. The feud is essentially between Captain America and Tony Stark. Tony believes the Avengers should answer to a global government and be kept in check because they're reckless, and Captain America believes that they shouldn't answer to anyone and that if they do, they are going against what the Avengers originally stood for. The movie ends with a pretty epic scene of Captain America and Bucky fighting Iron Man, in which Iron Man rips off Bucky's metal arm, and then Captain America shoves his shield into Iron Man's arc reactor, shutting off his suit. As Captain America helps Bucky up and walks away, Tony yells at him saying that his shield doesn't belong to him, that it belongs to his father, in which then Captain America drops his shield and leaves it with Tony. The final scene is Tony receiving a letter from good old Captain saying that he'll always be there for Tony and the Avengers. So right now, Captain America doesn't have a shield, and he's also an outlaw currently, which is why he is in hiding. And he sent Bucky off to Wakanda with T'Challa, the Black Panther, to recover and get his head straight. Let's talk about Captain America having no shield. Is he going to fight without a shield the whole Infinity War movie? Well, if you've seen any of the Infinity War trailers, you know the answer to this is no. But does he get his original shield back? Not at first at least. In the trailer, we see T'Challa talking to some of his people, and the last thing he says is, "Get this man a shield," in which Captain America comes out of the shadows. In other scenes, we get a look at the shield T'Challa gives to him. Let's go into what Captain America's new shield is made out of, what it can do, and how it relates to the comics. If we look at the footage in the trailer, we can clearly see that Captain America is in Wakanda. And since T'Challa is giving the order for someone to get Captain a shield, and he's in Wakanda, guess what the shield is made out of? That's right, vibranium. For those of you who don't know what vibranium is, it's a super rare metal that came to Earth by a meteor crashing down in Wakanda. It is the strongest metal on Earth and absorbs energy and vibrations. Captain America's original shield that he received from Tony Stark's father was made out of vibranium. So Captain America's new shield is made out of the same material that his old shield was made out of. But if you look closely, there are two main things to notice. The first is the shape. Clearly, Captain's new shield is not a circular shaped shield. It may seem like the movies are getting away from the traditional Captain America, but if you look back in the comics, the new shape actually resembles Captain's traditional shield. And guess what his traditional shield is made out of? That's right, aluminum. No, just kidding. Of course, it's made out of vibranium. So it being made out of vibranium means that it is going to be able to withstand about anything that comes to it. Bullets will come to a stop when they hit it due to vibranium's ability to absorb kinetic energy. Explosives and other forces won't have any effect on it either because again, it can absorb energy. The only thing that can really harm it is something else made out of vibranium. We see in Civil War, Black Panther scratches Captain America's shield and cuts it, and that's because Black Panther's suit's claws are made out of vibranium. Let's not forget that Wakanda is the most technologically advanced country on Earth in the Marvel Universe. This means that there are probably some other really cool features about the shield that will be revealed in the movie. Shuri has some cool dual blasters that she puts on her arms. I wouldn't be surprised if Captain's shield has some sort of weapon like that on it as well. And let's also remember that Black Panther's suit has the ability to absorb energy and then release it back as an attack. I'm betting that that same technology is in Captain's new shield too. The second thing is that Captain America actually has two shields. This may be a little hard to pick up on if you're not looking for it, but Captain America is wielding two Wakandan shields in the trailer. You can clearly see this in the scene where Captain is leading an army of some Avengers and Wakandans to battle against Thanos' army. This is actually a really unique tactic to me. The shields latch to his forearms and also retract. Captain isn't actually holding these shields, they are latched and secured to his arm. This means that when he's not using the shields, they simply retract in and mold to his arm, making his fists available for hand-to-hand combat and also allow him to use weapons as well. The only other real noticeable difference besides the shape is that Captain America won't actually be able to throw these shields like he normally does with his original shield that he got from Tony's father. Will the new Wakandan shields that Captain America gets be an advantage or a disadvantage to Captain America? I think there are positives and negatives. The positives being the reasons I just mentioned. The new shields will make it a lot easier to do hand-to-hand combat, handle weapons, and he actually won't have to worry about losing the shield and trying to get it back. I personally think it will make him a lot more agile as well. On the opposite though, one of Captain's main tactics in fighting is throwing his shield. There are many times in the comics and movies where Captain gets out of tight spots by throwing his shield and using it as a weapon. This will probably take some time to adapt to, seeing how Captain America uses this tactic a lot. What do you think about Captain America's new shields, and how do you think they'll help or hurt him in fighting Thanos in Avengers Infinity War? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you liked the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on Avengers Infinity War, Marvel, and all things superhero. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.